I need to pop that. Wait, I can pop that. I'm hungry. Wait, I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Cheese. Wait a minute. Wait, everybody wait. I didn't eat first. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck. I didn't eat first. Please. I should have ate before I pressed start stream, but it don't matter. So I've learned that love's not possession. And I learned that love won't wait. And I learned that love needs expression, but I learned too late. Well, this world is terrible. Just in case anybody wasn't well aware, this world is terrible. Diddy got 4 years in jail. Why are you crying about that? Excuse me? That's not something I would cry about, to be honest with you. He should have got life on that fucking baby oil. You feel me? Fuck that shit. He should have got life on that fucking baby oil that was in there. That's too much baby oil for one man. I don't care if you're a celebrity. I don't care if you're a multimillionaire. But hi, everyone. How are you all doing? Hopefully you're enjoying this Saturday. Come on. Does R. Kelly have life? I have no idea. Does he? Does he? How long is R. Kelly in jail for? Let's see. R. Kelly is serving a combined prison sentence of 31 years with a projected release date of December 21st, 2045. So no. No. No life. But no life. How much will you tell Saudi Arabia to buy you out? Well, I'm not worth too much. But if I could somehow lie to a bunch of people in the Saudi government and convince them I'm some great entity, $40 trillion. There you go. You can buy me out $40 trillion. $40 trillion. You know, come on. That's about it. Also, Mark Sanchez got stabbed. Pray for my dog, my butt fumble, my Pookie Bear. Wait a minute. What is this? We can now report what is stated in the police narrative from last night's stabbing. According to police narrative we received from sources, Sanchez was not cooperative with police when they first arrived on scene. Another man listed as the victim in the police report told police that he was delivering food when Sanchez told him he needed to move and couldn't park where he was. That man told police Sanchez started threatening and following him and then attacked him. The man said that he first tried to pepper spray Sanchez, but it didn't work. He said that it was at that time he defended himself with a knife. Oh! She. Well, let's go ahead and walk back there and pray for my dog. Let's go ahead and walk that one back. Now wait a minute. You know I can't believe the internet. You know, let me go look. Let me go. Cause fuck that. Reported stabbing. Fox Sports released a statement confirming Sanchez was in stable condition. Mark Sanchez was injured on Saturday and is currently being reviewed. In Indianapolis, blah, 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 blah. According to police, 2 men were involved in the incident. Okay. One suffered lacerations. It's a cute way to say stab. Investigators said the incident was isolated and not a random act of violence. The two men were not identified. Okay. I'm seeing nothing that revolves around this. Is a police narrative? Is a police narrative official police terminology? Where? You know what? Let me just go ahead and screenshot this. I feel as though somebody may be lying. Also, so appreciate you giving money via the Saudi government to buy me out. We're only however many fucking dollars that is from $40 trillion. Is there any more? 5:59 morning news anchor. Okay. Zip it, you gossip spreading cunt. Fox was quick to name Sanchez as the suspect. I feel like we're gonna have to wait. NPD is investigating a physical disturbance that happened near Senate Avenue. Blah 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 blah. What are you eating? Cherries or apples? I don't know what possesses you to think I'm eating cherry. What possesses you to think I'm eating a cherry or an apple right now? Where are you? What are you? Who got guesses as to what I'm eating? Who y'all got guesses as to what I'm eating? Yeah, y'all gonna get it right. But fuck that. Fuck what I'm eating. We here on business. Cause they got my dog. He's been vindicated. Now look, it's been understood that none of you motherfuckers watch sports. It's like, I can't even bond with you motherfuckers. I don't
really want to get gangbanged.
Who does? It's so impractical. Hey, we got a $23 Scat Pack. Come holler.
I can't even bond with you motherfuckers because none of y'all watch sports. But I think, what was it, earlier this year? Kyren Lacy, someone who should have been in the NFL, took his life because he was in the midst of controversy around a hit and run or a car crash. And almost everybody said he did it. You even got some vile shit like this. Ruined his life. And then, I didn't even tell you the worst part. With the amount of pressure around it, he took his life. Very sad. You got people like this, ruined his life, took a life. This was in January. And now we got tweets like this, where you got people now asking to apologize. And people saying no. And that's the heartless part of society, because information, some people, and I've told y'all this, some people don't actually want the truth. They just want to be mad for a day at something. Also, Courtney, appreciate the bitch. And no, I'm not eating gumbo. We got new information around this, which completely, in my view, exonerates him. Oh, the crash happened in 2024. My bad. Thought it was earlier this year. Newly released footage appears to challenge earlier accounts of the late former LSU wide receiver Kyren Lacy's role in December 2024 fatal crash. The video, aired Friday by HTV10 in Houma, Louisiana, was presented by Lacy's attorney Matthew Ory, who says it shows Lacy's car traveling behind, not in front of, vehicles involved in the wreck that killed 78-year-old Herman Hall. Ory argues the footage contradicts initial findings from LSU State Police, I said LSU, Louisiana State Police, that led to negligent homicide charges against the 24-year-old Lacy, who was found dead in April after a police chase in Houston. Authorities said he died from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound one day before a Lafourche Parish grand jury was scheduled to hear evidence in his case. During a 44-minute interview with HTV10, Ori shared security camera footage that he says shows Lacy's vehicle roughly 70 yards behind the other cars at the time of the crash. Moments later, Lacy's car can be seen approaching and driving around the wreckage. That is not how this story was painted ever, and it wasn't. This story got painted as dude ran over somebody and left. He ain't even like get out, call 911. They booked this story as dude killed somebody, ran him over, and fled the scene. Yeah, it worked. Yeah, it worked. The HTV 10 segment also featured body camera video of a Louisiana, I keep wanting to say LSU. Louisiana State Police trooper appearing to instruct a witness on what to include in a written statement. Oh no. Oh no. They got these motherfuckers on camera telling them to write certain shit down. Oh no. Well, if it was already understood that you couldn't trust law enforcement, this will be another reason. Ori pointed to a portion of the official crash report from the district attorney's office that he said supported Lacy's defense, stating there was no evidence Lacy should have known his actions caused the collision that occurred ahead of him. The evidence submitted in the crash report does not support that Kyren Lacy should have known that his actions were the cause of the crash that happened approximately 72 yards in front of him. Lacy faced charges of negligent homicide, felony hit and run, and reckless operation of a vehicle in connection to the December 17th crash in Lafarge Parish, Louisiana. Investigators allege that as Lacy attempted to pass several vehicles illegally, a pickup truck swerved to avoid him, causing a chain reaction collision that killed Hall and injured two others. Ori maintained that Lacy was unfairly targeted and said the newly released footage supports his long-standing claim that investigators misrepresented his client's involvement. He has called for a full and transparent review of the case, and it needs to be done. It needs to be done. Who are we talking about? We're talking about a man who was falsely painted as the reason another motherfucker got in a car crash and died. And he took his life. So now we gotta run this gauntlet of what cop told the motherfucker to lie, what motherfucker wrote down the lie, and line them all up and fire them. Get them out of a job. Because when we sit here, I was eating a Pop-Tart, fuck y'all. When we sit here and we play this game about transparency, you know how many people wrote this dude off as like some criminal who didn't care? This shit was sick when it was going on. And then he took his life and motherfuckers was like, good riddance. Now the reason why I breathe down y'all fucking neck about just waiting is that when you barely know anything, the dumbest thing you could do is speak in absolutes. Right now, as this fucking dry ass Pop-Tart kills me, right now, there is a fucking story about a dumb fuck teenager killing two teenagers. And the gimmick some people want y'all to run with. The gimmick some of y'all want to run with is he was a Charlie Kirk fan and that's it. But when you actually look at the fucking story, this motherfucker's a psychopath. He was stalking these fucking girls. The Charlie Kirk thing is probably at the bottom of reasons why this shit went on. Him stalking these fucking girls is at the top. Now, I need a brief intermission. Just a brief one. I need a brief intermission. Because someone has come in to pose a statement, and I'm going to read it. Violet, come on to the front of the class. Violet, loud mute, writes a comment. Hey, Leon, have you seen the update about Trey Reed's second autopsy? It's confirmed he had blunt force trauma to the head, and that the people he was arguing with were mad about him talking about Charlie Kirk. Now, I want everyone to understand, I'm about to do something. And Violet, This is no shade to you. You're coming in asking me if I know about something. So don't take offense to this. But yes, I did see. I absolutely did. I did. And you want to know what I think? I think in a world full of people trying, you gotta play this game a little better than this. Now, yesterday, the news started trickling down about reports of the second autopsy. And when questioned by people like me about where this information was coming from, you had one of two choices. And I have the first one. I need to pull the second one up. Hold on. Give me a second. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I wasn't expecting to be asked this question. Hold on. Put that right there. It'll be right there. Tanya, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Tanya, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Now, they had, God damn it, what? Oh, I had it right here. People had one of two options. You either got that information from this article, or you got that information from this live stream. Let me tell you why both of these are, well, I'm not going to tell you outright, not yet, why listening to either one of these options is like a hilarious, dangerous game. But let's breathe for a second. Mind you, I'm still, and what I'm about to say is still fucked up. I'm still hoping that some white people jumped this dude and hung him up. Because motherfuckers are desperate for it. Like, they really are. But it'd be a cold day in hell before I listen to a bald motherfucker and a fat bitch try to give me information about some shit they have no connection to at all. Now, that option aside, and Violet, I am not speaking negatively towards you. You asked me this question. I thought I'd answer earnestly and honestly. Now let's comb through this article. Actually, let's read this update too. According to activists working with the family, that's always a bad sign. According to activists working with the family of Trey Reed and a verified source not authorized to speak publicly on the matter, which is another bad sign, a second independent autopsy revealed I can't see this shit because of this fuck-ass donate button. DSU student had blunt force trauma to the back of the head, which may be in direct conflict of the initial suicide ruling. Inquiries to the Crusader or investigative reporter requesting a copy of Reed's autopsy should be directed to the appropriate Mississippi authorities or to the law offices of Attorney Ben Crump. Oh. So you're going to, wait a minute. So you're going to tell people information, and throughout an entire article you don't show any information. By information, I mean screenshot of said autopsy, because the cops did. The cops gave us a screenshot to the officer. So you want me to believe your random words about how you heard about this information from an activist, and when I question you about it, you're telling me to go to Mississippi authorities or to Ben Crump. Okay. A little skeptical, but let's keep going. Once carried out in the open by bestial white mobs, activists say lynchings of black Americans has been rebranded in modern America as rulings of suicide, leaving families to question official rulings and a mounting number of suspicious deaths. This past weekend, this article is not timelined correctly. 21-year-old Delta State University student Demar Travian Trey Reed, who was found hanging from a tree on campus on September 18th, was memorialized as an outstanding student, responsible son, and a person who was both outgoing and well-liked by teachers. Okay. I need... Trey's the first... I don't need the history. I don't need the history. Give me the juicy bit. The Crusader reached out to DSU for comment and received no response. What would make a student whose friends claim was both upbeat, friendly, and exhibited no signs of depression suddenly take his own life? Well, first of all, I despise this question from anybody. Just because a motherfucker smiling in front of your face don't mean they ain't going through no shit. Are we clear here? You think a motherfucker say, like, check on your friends and just ask them how they doing? You think motherfuckers say that shit out of just, like, the boredom of their heart? No. They say that shit because their friends or somebody they know was smiling in front of their face and then they took their life. It's not a gimmick, you know? Like, it's not a gimmick. The first narrative claimed Reed walked out of a dorm on Sunday night for an unknown reason, climbed a tree, and hung himself before his body was found at 7 a.m. However, activists the Crusaders spoke with shared a different narrative that they say raised considerable doubt that Reed lynched himself. According to Andrew Joseph, a field coordinator of Black Lives Matter Grassroots Rapid Response Team, the freshman dressed in a hoodie, jogging pants, and Crocs had just finished completing a paper due the following morning in his dorm room, allegedly according to a roommate. After submitting his paper just before the deadline, the student left to see his girlfriend in another dormitory between 9 and 10 p.m. BLMG should not be confused with I don't care about the differences in one organization to another. The group says it never charges families for support. I don't care. We found out Trey got a phone call. That was why he is seen on camera pacing in front of the building, Joseph said, acknowledging we don't know who he was talking to. That's the last time anybody heard from him. He was found the next morning partially hanging from a tree from a belt that was 3 times his size. Trey was short and had a slight frame, and his roommate said he didn't leave with a belt. He was wearing jogging pants with a drawstring waist, a hoodie, a do-rag, and Crocs. Contrary to a lot of stuff in social media, he didn't have broken bones and hadn't been beaten up. Well, at least one part of this remains at least steadfast. Is that this fucking lot. I mean, just brief intermission. This gimmick that people passed off. Oh, he broke his arms and his legs. Motherfucker, how do we go from that to now we got blunt force trauma to the back of the head? Those are literally 3. A broken arm, broken leg, a fucking dent to the back of your head. Those are 3 different things. How in the fuck did anybody allow themselves to just spread that lie? Oh, I know why. A dumb fuck got on camera and lied and said he was his fucking cousin and promoted that BS story. And because motherfuckers ain't got the fucking mindset to say, proof, they just randomly believed it and went with it for too long. Nasty work. Sick work. But, let's keep reading. He was found near the pickleball court, which is located near a spot where the white kids hang out in their Jeeps and pickup trucks, drinking and smoking and playing music all night. It's well known on campus that was the one spot that didn't have cameras. It's to me, that's kind of odd. To me, that's a little bit odd. A college campus don't have cameras, or at least in one spot. I don't know. I don't know about that one. It is a lie that his death is on camera. That spot was also near a place where a Charlie Kirk memorial was erected. Kirk, a popular conservative, I don't care about that. I feel the campus is only concerned about its public image. Not only did they lie to Trey's mother and tell her that he had died in his dorm room, but they also carried on with that weekend's football game as if nothing happened. Stop. They definitely did lie to these fucking people about where their body was found. And that is the grimy shit about this. Killed himself, jumped. That's still the grimiest part about this whole thing. The Crusader attempted to reach the Reed family before filing this report, but was told they didn't have media training and weren't available. However, Jeremy McQuell Bridges, founder of the Building Bridges Coalition, a Mississippi-based group composed of civil rights organizations, the New Black Panther, and self-defense groups, community-based organizations, and churches, spoke on their behalf, which is not something that should be done. He said he has been on the DSU campus investigating the case and clarifying conflicting reports. The evidence nor the facts support the ruling of suicide. He was found only partially hanging, and the medical examiner could not determine the time of death. There weren't any bruises, or ligatures, I don't know what that means, around his neck that would indicate he had been strangled or had been dangling by a rope for several hours. It appears to us that he was manually choked someplace else and then his body was put up in a tree. He also told Crusader Reed had gotten into it with white males days before his death. Now this part, class, is something no one knew about until this article came out. How did this man get this information? Is a question I would like answered. We have copies of text messages. Why? Stop. Why do you have copies of these text messages? I would make the subtle argument. Call me crazy. I would need the authorities. I would even say Ben Crump would need this, not you. Because as I look through this article here, I see no screenshots of said article or text messages. Like if Ben Crump had them, I'd be cool with that. Even though I can't really trust Ben Crump, if he had them, I would be cool with that because it'd be perfectly fine. But let's keep reading. Let's keep reading. We have copies of text messages and other information that proves Trey had an altercation with some white boys on the campus. The screenshot shows us that he was in conflict a day or two before he had died and that it started online. Trey came to the defense of his young sister who was being attacked for comments she made about Charlie Kirk. He was defending her and started arguing back and forth with 4 guys. Is the sister also on this campus? Because I feel like that's something else that has to be considered too. You got 2 family members. You got 2 family members on the same campus. One of them saying some grimy shit about Charlie Kirk. A motherfucker see it and react, and now y'all getting into it over here. Trey came to the defense of the young sister who was being attacked for comments she made about Charlie Kirk. He was defending her and started arguing back and forth with 4 white guys. 2 are students at DSU's campus, and we know who they are. Well, you would think. We're still investigating this to see if there's a connection. Okay. Activists also allege Reed's cell phone was absent from his returned possessions, but the GPS tracker was still active and his mother observed the device moving throughout the county. Joseph added, if his cell phone is supposed to be in evidence, why is it moving from location to location? That's an interesting one. Another activist alleged that the family was told Reed sent 2 texts before his death, including one that read, "The buckle broke." However, neither printout had a timestamp or date, and the large belt found around his neck was missing a buckle. It wasn't on the ground, and police haven't located it anywhere. Are we supposed to believe that he hung himself, threw away the buckle, and then sent a text? We know from history that lynch mobs love to keep souvenirs from their crimes. It's true. The family is represented by famed personal... why can't I read? I'm having a bad stretch of reading right now. The family is represented by famed personal injury attorney Ben Crump, who spoke at Reed's funeral. Results of the second autopsy, reportedly paid for by Colin Kaepernick, are pending. Right there, we have a problem. We have this long, nice fan fiction from one article, and people took that and ran to the hills with it. Now, you would think the autopsy would be somewhere to help validate this. At least it should be. Before you sit here and give me word of mouth from somebody of no connection, you would think you would give me that. because that is supposed to be the thing that's supposed to help us in this moment. Now, Violet, since I see that you're still here, and again, I'm not targeting you, because if I was, I'd already did it. When I draw your attention to this article that lets you know that nobody has information on this shit, it leaves me not to believe any of this shit. It leaves me not to trust not a word out of this entire article. It doesn't. And this should have been the glaring red flag for anybody. Oh, you asking us about questions around this autopsy? Oh, nah, you gotta go to these people. You gotta go to these people. They're the ones that'll help you out there. They're the ones. Because you see, children, as I blow my nose, give me a second. One thing I've enjoyed about doing YouTube is how I'm able to put in front of your face where I'm reading this bullshit from. Could I put the links in the chat? That's something I should probably do more often than not. But I feel like if I show you what I'm reading off of, it helps to know where I'm getting it from. And when you're sitting here doing an interview with someone close-knit to the family or an activist, BLMG and all this shit, you don't net that confidence in me because you're not showing me anything. You're telling me that you heard this and you doing a secret co-op investigation and you combing through this, you combing through that. How the fuck? How? How am I supposed to trust any of that? It's impossible. But let's draw our attention. You know what's crazy? Let me tell you what a motherfucker did me. Of course, I see it. I see it percolating on the Twitters. I see it percolating on the Twitters. And you know, same day we find out that a black man was framed for murder by the police, Kyren Lacy, we find out another black man's lynching was covered up by the police. Neither would have been discovered if independent investigations weren't taken. Now, in the realm of Kyren Lacy, I don't think that was an independent investigation. I think that was his fucking lawyer saying, don't worry, I'm going to get this done for you. I'm going to make sure you are found innocent. And then, you know, he's no longer on this earth. So he doesn't get the fruits of that labor of being alive and being found innocent, which I believe is fucking terrible. The independent investigation going on in this case is terrible. Just so we're clear. And, you know, this great Twitter account said not so fast and posted 3 screenshots from this article. You know, I think you all should follow this Twitter account if you have a Twitter account. But somebody replied to this Twitter account with an article. And when we look at the article and we see what that article is, it's the same one! Now, I almost ended the stream. I almost X'd out of OBS. Now, let's read this, shall we? The second autopsy for DeMartravian Trey Reed has not been released to the public. Do I even need to read the rest of this? Like, this negates anything regarding hit to the back of the head. That one statement. And mind you, this was put up for people to see yesterday. The same day everybody running around, oh my God, this autopsy report said blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Interesting. Reed, 21, was found dead on September 15th. His body was hanging from a tree on the Delta State University campus in Cleveland, Mississippi, where he was a student. Investigators quickly said his death was a suicide. Immediately, rumors about his death began to circulate on social media, with some people wrongly linking it to the death of Corey Zucatis, a second Mississippi man found hanging the same day in Vicksburg. The homeless man's death was recently determined to be a suicide. Police don't think the deaths were related. On September 18th, the Mississippi State Medical Examiner announced autopsy findings for Reed consistent with hanging and no foul play. His family has outstanding questions about his death and hired attorneys to help them conduct a private investigation. According to the Southern Poverty Law Center, there has been at least 8 suspected hangings of black men and teenagers found hanging in Mississippi since 2000. However, SPLC said local authorities in most cases have officially ruled these deaths as suicides, despite family members and civil rights activists raising objections and citing suspicious circumstances. Other civil rights groups across the country, including the NAACP, said the cases called for increased scrutiny. Civil rights attorney Ben Crump's legal team arranged for the Colin Kaepernick Know Your Rights Camp Autopsy Initiative to fund an independent autopsy. Dr. Mathis I. Okoye of Nebraska completed his inspection before Reed's funeral on Saturday, September 27th. On the afternoon of October 2nd, the Crump team told the Clarion Ledger that the conclusive autopsy has not been finalized and no details would be released until it was. Do I need to keep reading? Do I need to keep reading? Is there a reason? Now look, we don't trust Ben Crump around here. It seems like every time he's on the scene, something goes wrong. I feel like I can give Ben Crump a pat on the back here for having his fucking team tell everybody, hey, pump the brakes. Rick says keep reading. So you know what? Let's keep reading. Podcast spurs speculation. Oh, a new cause of death began circulating online October 2nd after Crystal Muhammad, the chair of the new Black Panther Party, discussed information about the second autopsy and said that she received from Reed's mother on the Willie D Live podcast. Oh. Okay. The new Black Panther Party is not affiliated with the original Black Panther Party. Both the Anti-Defamation League and the Southern Poverty Law Center define the current organization as a hate group because of the black supremacist and anti-Semitic leanings. Oh! Wow! We listening to motherfuckers that are black separatists, Star Wars terminology, and anti-Semitic? The Clarion Ledger's attempts to verify Muhammad's statements about the cause of death and condition of Reed's body have been unsuccessful because the autopsy report has not been released. Should I keep reading? That's the third fucking time. That's the third fucking time I've had to see that the autopsy ain't even been released. So how the fuck y'all got this shit? You want me to believe some fat bitch is close enough to get in contact with the mother to then broadcast this bullshit? You know what? Let's keep reading. A group of DSU football players on a run were among the first to find Reed's body hanging from a tree near the pickleball courts and courts of governed dormitories around 7 a.m. September 15th. Delta State University Police Chief Michael L. Peeler said during a news conference on September 15th that Reed died by suicide and there was no evidence of foul play. The Bolivar County Coroner's Office, Mississippi Bureau of Investigations, Bolivar County Sheriff's Office, and Cleveland Police Department also assisted in the investigation. Reed's family announced its intent to carry out a private investigation and get a second autopsy on September 16th. Per Peeler, the state autopsy was carried out on September 17th. On September 18th, Mississippi State Medical Examiner announced an autopsy findings consistent with hanging and no foul play. Findings were consistent with the initial investigation, determining the cause of death to be hanging and the manner of death is a suicide. Final toxicology results are pending and may take 2 to 4 weeks. So we are almost at that point where like the 4-week period is coming up. Let me look at this calendar. Today's the 4th, and they found him on the 15th. We got about 2 weeks until we have reached like the full 4-week mark. So, you know, who knows? Who knows? The jury could still be out on the toxicology. Maybe that could be something. Maybe. But overall, seems like right now, some people are fucking lying. Did Reed have broken bones, other injuries? Misinformation about Reed's death quickly spread on social media, with one user who initially claimed to be the cousin alleging that Reed had broken limbs that would have kept him from dying by suicide. The original creator has since deleted those videos, though they were widely copied and shared online. That's, I wonder if there was like a sexy black YouTuber that said something about that. The Bolivar County Coroner's Office issued a release saying that the claims of broken limbs were not true on the day Reed was found. At this current time, we are conducting thorough death investigation based on preliminary examination. We can confirm that the deceased did not suffer any lacerations, contusions, compound fractures, broken bones, or injuries consistent with assault. At this time, there is no evidence to suggest the individual was physically attacked before his death. Numerous people on social media also claimed Zucatis was a black man just after the news of 2 hangings broke. Many shared photos of Gavin Fortenberry, 17, who was shot to death in August. Then people shared pictures of a different white man named Corey Zucatis. The Vicksburg Police Department ultimately released a photo of the right man. So this is another thing, because somebody else died the same day. So you mean to tell me, on top of you motherfuckers lying about this dude and broken bones and all this shit, y'all were lying about who else was also getting hung? Y'all was just posting pictures of people, bro? Videos being used in the investigation. There are videos, Peeler said during the September 17th news conference, in the hands of the Cleveland Police Department officers who are investigating. Crump said that he is demanding copies as part of the family's investigation. Wait a minute. I thought in this one, there's no videos. I thought in this, there were no videos. Like, I thought it's well known that this part of the campus doesn't have cameras. So what they got videos of? Now, to be fair, they could be talking about videos in relation to, like, the people who found him and, like, watched him get unhung from the tree. Like, they could be talking about those. But overall, I feel there could be more. Because as it was pointed out, if you're going to be transparent about this and try to piece together like his steps before this, you would need like all the camera footage of all the different buildings and where he could have been. Like if he left the dorm, what's the camera footage like in the hallway and him going to the next spot, the next spot, and the next spot, which would take time to make sure that you got all of it and then give it to the family, which I believe the family has a right to see. Key word, family, not us. We could get it last. We could be the last people to find out. As long as the family is the first, I feel like that's perfectly fine. On September 18th, the Clarion Ledger requested copies of the videos but was denied access by the Delta State's legal team. The requested records are in possession of the Delta State University Police Department and qualify as investigative records under Miss Code and 25-61-12-2A. The DSU legal team said in a statement, this exemption covers all records compiled in the course of an open and ongoing investigation by a law enforcement agency. Disclosure of these records could interfere with ongoing investigative proceedings. This exemption is intended to protect the integrity of investigations and the rights of those involved. When the Clarion Ledger asked why the case is considered ongoing if Delta State University Campus Police, Cleveland Police Department, Bolivar County Coroner's Office, and the Mississippi State Medical Examiner's Office have ruled Reed's death a suicide, the legal team provided the following statement. The university is unable to provide comment regarding the status of an ongoing investigation. At the conclusion of such investigation, an incident report will be created. Now, that's pretty much it, because this next part is about Corey Zucatis. Now, Violet, you're still in the front of the class. I want you to know, and I'm going to say this before I say anything else. I am not personally challenging or attacking you. You came in good faith in asking me if I knew about this. I want you to know, this is a stupid fucking world with stupid fucking people who will just loudly say the shit that will make them feel good. And they will try to just say it and just fucking broadcast it. And if you don't believe me, fuck it. Because all evening yesterday, I just kept seeing it. Update on Trey Reed, 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 update on Trey Reed. Let's play a game. Let's play a funny little game.
Let's go.
Oh, shut up, you. Shut up, you. Let's just put that there. Shut up, you. Let's put that there. Shut up, you. Let's put this here.
Yeah, I was
Shut up, you. Let's put that there.
The corner.
Shut up, you. And let's put this here. Shut up, you. Now. Let's watch one.
So Trey Reed's second autopsy is in, the one that Colin Kaepernick paid for. Yeah, because the state and local authorities said that he unalived himself.
That's a good question, though. If they're already rooted as a suicide, why is there still an ongoing investigation? That is a good question. And my only answer that I could maybe give you is that they're trying to timeline his steps. Like, I feel like that's the only reason. Like, they're trying to timeline his steps. That's the only one I can think of. I don't have another one.
Yeah, except one thing was real fucking convenient. The belt that was used, 3 sizes too big. 3 sizes too big. So that couldn't have been possibly his belt. Oh, they also left out the fact that there was blunt force trauma to the back of his head.
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick and his fucking foundation paid for a second autopsy. That's not really a bad thing. That's actually a W, Colin Kaepernick. That's not really a bad thing.
They also left out the fact that he was in an altercation with students a couple of days prior over the unaliving of CK. Yeah, they left all of that out. So Trey Reed, plain and simple, according to the autopsy results of the second autopsy, that
you don't have access to, that in these 56 seconds you didn't broadcast. Okay, let's come over here. You look like somebody who could give me the truth. Okay. No, you're not showing me anything? You're not showing me anything. Okay, what are you talking about?
It came forward and said there was no foul play that happened in this case. The autopsy came back. He ain't had...
I can't stand your voice. Anything? You got anything for me? You got screenshots of Trey Reed and Colin Kaepernick. You ain't got no screenshot?
Foul play. Broken skull. Bruises on the back.
Where did you get that from? Where did we get bruises on the back? Who? Y'all watch me read this article and this one. Where the fuck did we get bruises on the back from? Where did that come from?
Bruises on the back as if they stumped this young man up before they put him on a tree. So we want answers, Mississippi, because we knew from the beginning, out of all the ways we could go to do the worst thing known to earth to a man, a black boy not going to no tree to do it. Mississippi, what's up?
Okay, Mississippi, what's up? Are you there? I like your glasses. Let's just scroll through this. Post a screenshot. You got anything? Got anything for me? Nothing? You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing. All right. Let's see what you got to say. Let's up the playback speed because this one's almost 5 minutes. Let's see what you got.
That was going on. So we got the outcome of Trey Reed's independent autopsy, and it was found that he suffered a blunt force trauma to the back of his head.
Now, mind you, all of these videos, all uploaded October 2nd or October 3rd. None of these people have looked at this. None of these people. None of them. 3 times in this article it states that the fucking autopsy ain't even been released to the public. Now, type in Trey Reed on Google. What are the fucking top 3 search results? All things from yesterday. All from yesterday. Black Girl Nerds, the Clarion Ledger, Chicago Crusader. Everything else is from 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
Which confirms what we all suspected, that he did not hang himself, that he was murdered or lynched. There was no way that this story wasn't going to be sad. And there's this like warped kind of validation that we all knew what we were saying, we all knew what the truth was.
No, there's a warped piece of validation here. What a fucking warped fucking fantasization that you have, where you're just wanting it to be true that a guy got jumped by white people.
And to have it confirmed in this way, I don't know. There's sadness, there's anger, there's just like, why are we still here? Why, you know, sometimes I feel like that. Why are we still here? Why does it seem like we made it so far to constantly be just turned back around, you know? So, to my friend this morning, we meet for a prayer on the phone every Friday, and I was just kind of saying how this week just felt very numb.
I don't care about your praying with your family.
Relieve myself of all the voices, not in my head, but, you know, social media. Because it's a lot. It's a lot. And it's really easy to get discouraged and internalize a lot of these things because better or worse, rich or poor, hate it or love it, this is our country. This is the place that our ancestors built against their will, and then eventually they had some say in it. And it really hurts to be back here. And I guess at the core, you understand that there are just some people who are just evil. There's a scripture in the Bible that talks about God just gives them over to themselves. Like, you know, he stops trying to.
All right, good job.
The coroner needs to be investigated.
Oh, look, it's the article. The coroner needs to be investigated for doing their job.
The coroner needs to be investigated. The police who try to rush and close this case and call it a suicide needs to be investigated.
The case isn't closed.
This family has been failed on every level. Now the second autopsy has came in, paid for by Colin Kaepernick. The DSU student had blood force trauma to the back of his head.
That's not how you say that. It's blunt force trauma, not blood force.
They beat this young man, and now they're trying to rule it as a suicide. This is just modern day lynching.
And why the cinematic music?
Packed up as suicide now. The truth about what happened to Trey Reed cannot be buried. It cannot be covered up by officials and not by the police.
Oh, the family is doing a good job in trying to get the information for themselves before they let you fucking ghouls have it, you know? Because if we look back,
that town is trying to cover it up. Justice for Trey Reed.
Okay. We got another one.
Literally was thinking about Trey Reed's.
No, you wasn't.
And I was like, I wonder what's been happening with that. And here comes the update, because everyone was on my ass about what I said, that he did not hang himself. He did not hang himself. And he didn't hang himself. I'm going to show you the video because y'all can fight with that video.
What's up, family? Trey Reed, a 21-year-old black student at Delta State University in Cleveland, Mississippi, was found hanging from a tree on campus. Local authorities, including the medical examiner, was quick, super quick, to rule his death a suicide. But the family was not buying it. With the help of Colin Kaepernick and his organization, Know Your Rights Camp Autopsy Initiative, I broke the news earlier today with Krista Muhammad of the New Black Panther Party on my Willie D Live channel that the autopsy revealed Trey had a fractured skull in the back of his head. He had contusions. He had bruises on his back and buttocks, meaning that they stomped him, fam. They didn't just bust him in the back of the head and kill him. They stomped him. Now, you got a lot of uncivilized nuts out there who are mad at Colin Kaepernick, even more mad at him because they were mad at him when they first heard the news announced that he would pay for an autopsy. They were saying things like, because the official investigation had already ruled the death a suicide, that Colin Kaepernick should just leave it alone. The critics argued that Colin inserted himself into the case for publicity, suggesting that his involvement was an inflammatory move that cast undue suspicion on an official ruling. Now, why would we have undue suspicion on an official ruling? I mean, our elected officials and law enforcement and all these people, they're so honest. Why would anybody ever doubt them? Yeah, fam. Some of them accuse Colin Kaepernick of paying for the autopsy to stay relevant. It's Colin Kaepernick. He's in the history books. He's going to always be relevant, whether you like it or not, you uncivilized nuts. Yeah. See, what they're really mad about, fam, is that they couldn't just sweep that under the rug. Like, you ain't killing another black, hang another black. Just sweep it under the rug. What are you poking around for, man? Leave us alone. Go back to the big city. Yeah.
I do love that we're dedicating a lot of time to Colin Kaepernick and not the dead 21-year-old. I love that. I love that.
They also said that he was just trying to create controversy. Also, they said that he was fueling racial tensions. The critics argued that Colin Kaepernick's high-profile involvement and the history of racial violence in Mississippi would unnecessarily stoke racial tensions by suggesting a cover-up where authorities found no evidence of foul play.
Oh, that's it? You didn't have anything for me? Now, there's one more, and I'm not going to say a word. I'm just going to let this play.
Go ahead, clear up the rumors about Trey Reed's second autopsy came back. This is his grandmother page, and this is what she had to say. Good morning. For clarity, the second autopsy for Trey Reed has not been complete. You don't have to send new friend requests or be in my inbox. Everything you heard or was told is not true. I don't usually respond to social media, but I am tired. If I don't tell you, it is not true. Read it again. If I don't tell you, it is not true. So yeah, after I read the grandma post, y'all know I had to go find out who started the rumor from the beginning. Scrolling on Facebook, I ran across a Kyren Legend article that was talking about the Trey Reed second autopsy. It says the new cause of unaliving began circulating online October the 2nd after Krista Muhammad, the chair of New Black Panther Party, discussed information about the second autopsy that she received from Reed's mother. But Trey's grandmother said it haven't been complete. So I don't know if she actually talked to the mother or what.
Now you tell me, who would I believe? Who am I supposed to believe? A family that has to go through the fucking process of finding out what happened to their family member, which would take time to do. Or TikTok. Who am I supposed to believe? Bald and fat, or a grieving family that has to go through this process? Bald and fat, who bald in his case is sitting here trying to just rub Colin Kaepernick's ass and defend him from motherfuckers who are just bored. And fat black, who's apparently tied to anti-Semitism. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, that's sticky wicked. When we sit here and we have these really stupid fucking conversations, what I would hope is that if you actually are one of these people who pretends to care, you shut the fuck up. And for everyone else who actually cares, you wait just to see how shit plays out. Because this fucking world will let you know that you should probably be disappointed by all of humanity. But in that vein, fuck, eventually you're going to get what you want. The best recent example I got for y'all is, what's his name? Carmelo Anthony. And how you motherfuckers are not going to get anything new about that until next year. You're not getting a lick of anything new about that until next year. And I'm pretty certain there's going to be more videos coming out. Ew, he's innocent because it is. He's guilty because of that. If you actually care, all it takes is a smidgen. Just a smidgen of patience. And if you got it, oh, it could go a long way. Oh, that patience, it could go a long way. But if you don't got it, you'll be one of the 79,000 dumb fucks who ate this shit up. You'll be the two dumbasses, one who's just believing a fucking story, and the other one, you know what? Humor me. Wait, do I really have to watch a live stream? Oh, God. Do I have to watch a live stream? Charlie Kirk fan does the unthinkable. See, told ya. Do I? Oh, God, I can't handle that static. Oh, no. So you don't, like, post a clip of this shit from the live stream. You just talking in front of okay. Okay, fine.
Oh, the truth. They sitting right there and they trying to cover up the truth. They done their best and they failed because the truth is out now. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a lot of black people in this country. I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's a lot of podcasters, but it's only 1 in a million like yourself. It's only 1 in a million like a Kaepernick.
It's only 1 in a million. Anybody gonna give me airtime to just spout this shit?
Even in Cleveland, Mississippi.
To the streets. In fact, I'm gonna show a video right now of y'all pulling up on Mississippi at the scene of the murder.
It's impossible. It's impossible. These trees are not vegetable. None of them. And them trees are gonna fall. And it's a camera.
Right?
Oh, they got a camera right there? I thought nobody had a camera.
What'd you say?
You were saying that the trees are not lynchable. The trees that
I'm supposed to believe a fat bitch when it come to climbing tree? Man! Y'all killing me, dog. Y'all killing me.
And but then particularly, I'm saying black people, stand up. You know what
It's something ironic about you saying black people need to stand up.
I'm saying these people are covering down from every incident that they have on a lynching, on a wicked murder.
They trying to close down the McDonald's. I'm sorry.
We have to show the world that we stand up for ourselves. Any God-fearing person, any person that is of justice and of righteousness, we asking you to stand up. And guess what? The dress code is black. All black. All black for justice. When you go into that courthouse, what color does the judge have on? A black robe. The Supreme Court wears a black robe. We fight for black power. We fight for black justice. The significance of the color?
Yeah, black.
Is essence, the essence. I want to take it all the way metaphysically. Black.
What are we talking about? I thought we would be here discussing the quote unquote truth. Why are we talking about the metaphysical of the black?
Black is the essence that everything comes from. It's the origination. And when you start breaking down black is when you get color. Black is what the universe was formed in, and everything start coming out of it. Okay? Black is in the womb that we was made out of, made in, and we come out into this world. And let's not get it twisted, and let's not get it mixed up. It's all about some black power at this moment. We need to counter this white racist wickedness with truth and light and strength.
Then why are we fucking lying? Why are we broadcasting these fictitious truths and ignoring the fact that the autopsy is in nobody's fucking hands? Nobody outside of like the family. The family got it, and I hope they keep it. And you know what? You know what? Part of me is
really want to get gangbanged.
Who does? It's so impractical. Hey, we got a $23 Scat Pack. Come holler.
Flag on the plate. Fictitious bullshit. 1 bazillion yards. Appreciate the bits. Why are we spouting bullshit?
We are not.
And no, I'm not putting it on 1.5 because we're not watching this whole thing. I just want to see how long I can fucking last.
In no shape, form, or fashion talking about violence. So don't let anybody come with no foolishness. We talking about taking a strong stand up. A strong stand for justice. You know, back in the day, they were doing sit-ins. Well, that's gotten us to this point. We're standing. We're standing strong. We're not turning back. We're not compromising. We're not trying to hear no, if they knew better, they do better. They won't do better. It's not in them. We have to force them to do what's right. The people must stand up. It has to be all power to the people. If it was up to the authorities, the so-called wannabe authorities, it would be over right now. They thought I'm sorry, go ahead.
Have you or anyone from your team spoken with the officials in Mississippi or even the school president or dean? Have you spoken to anybody in positions of authority?
Well, there are members of the New Black Panther Party, in fact, who reached out, not myself, but that was another individual.
Oh, not you, huh? I wonder why. Why you not reaching out? Why you not reaching out and making sure that these motherfuckers are well secured? Why not? Could I venture a few guesses? Just a few. Maybe they matter, maybe they don't. But I have a few guesses. She.
Who reached out to the sheriff department when this first occurred, when we first heard about it. And they were told lies. They were told it was a suicide. He did it to himself. I have not talking to the president, but I saw that president at the church house Sunday, at the funeral, Saturday, sitting there just as
I don't know. It's horrible to have to witness case after case and seeing the pain that our people are going through, and to see it was a lady sitting next to him just steady taking notes. I don't know if she was a federal agent or what she was, but honestly, I don't have anything to say to this man, Willie. You know what I'm saying? Other than tell the truth. I don't have any diplomacy to issue to any of these people.
Well, you don't matter. It's not your family. It's not your friend. It's not your brother. You have no connection to these people. You just there looking to be mad at what? Who fucking knows?
Because once they came out with the lies, once they came out the gate with the lies, you know what I'm saying? There's other people to talk to them about that. You know what I'm saying? To be quite honest, I can't stomach it. Because had they come out with the truth, we wouldn't be at this juncture. Do you think that we don't have better things to do than to drive cross state, go jump across all kind of states?
You could also get some chicken.
Over and over and over to go get the truth when these people are sitting right there and know the truth.
Huh.
They sitting right there and they trying to cover up the truth. They've done their best and they failed because the truth is out now. Mm-hmm. You know, it's a lot of black people in this country.
So look, where's the truth? You know what? Let's go all the way back here. Maybe the truth is here.
There's a sundown city, a sundown town. And for those who don't know what a sundown town is, that's a town where black people need to be out of town or on their side of the track by the time the sunlight goes down.
Chris, you fat fucking bitch. Why you left the fucking mission? Chris is a bitch. Chris left the fucking mission. He a bitch.
Now, this is the environment. This is the environment of the coroner that released such a bogus, fraudulent autopsy report. We were told not only was the autopsy report, that the first autopsy report, once it was received to the independent autopsy.
Hey, does anyone else get the vibe that you're listening to somebody who can't structure a sentence? Because what the fuck was that? What the fuck did I just hear? The fuck? The fuck? Like, what did I just hear? I just heard a fucking spectrum.
Report, that the first autopsy report, once it was received to the independent autopsy entity, that it was incomplete. It was missing various things that would be needed to give a full autopsy, such as x-rays and other things. But something even more horrific, in addition to what's already going on, that the mother said, is that some of Trey's organs were missing.
So you want me to believe that a sundown town had a story go viral about someone in their town dying, and you want me to believe the mother of said child contacted you and told you that her son had organs missing from the body?
His organs were missing.
And mind you, wait, we combed through like all these, not her. We combed through all these different people. How come none of them brought up organs missing? Y'all giving me blunt to the fucking back of the head. I got a fucking story about his back getting bruised. Where the fuck the story about the back? Where's all this shit coming from?
Some of his organs were now. Why would his organs be missing? And at what point did those organs? Was it discovered that the organs were missing?
During the independent autopsy.
During the independent autopsy.
That has not been released to the public.
Correct.
So the first autopsy, in your opinion, and in the opinion of Sophia Reed, the mother, and the family, is that first autopsy was not incompetence or negligence. It was a cover-up.
It is my opinion.
Suck my dick! Oh, y'all running off a bitch opinion? Y'all running out. Wait, let me get that again. Let me get that again. Matter of fact, let me get that again. Let me get that again. Let me put me in the corner over here. Let me listen to this.
That first autopsy was not incompetence or negligence. It was a cover-up.
It is my opinion. I'm only going to speak for my opinion.
Y'all, for the past number of hours, have been running around saying that y'all got an autopsy report, and y'all have been making TikToks out the wazoo talking about how this new information proves this, that, and the third off a fat bitch opinion? And then y'all sitting here wondering why I'm sitting here laughing, saying this is stupid. All these people who have been running around since yesterday, crying, hooting, and hollering, he's got a bruised back, he has a dent in his head, blunt force trauma this, blunt force trauma that. What happened to the broken arms? What happened to the broken legs? How did y'all fuck this up so hilariously? How is it in this moment, all this information y'all are getting is coming from a woman and a bald guy trying to get the information out and passing it along as, oh my God, what a great hero Colin Kaepernick is. And mind you, he is. Colin Kaepernick and his little foundation putting up money so that they could have a separate investigation. You know what? Good for him. Feather in his cap. How in the blue hell did y'all get to a point of trusting somebody who just told you, oh, this story about missing organs in the autopsy? Oh, it's just my opinion that it's nothing more than a cover-up. Why are we doing this? Mind you, just so everybody is well and clear, nobody outside of maybe the investigators who are dealing with that second autopsy, the coroner, the family, Ben Crump, these four entities probably have access to that autopsy. And you want me to believe the fat bitch to the right is the one who was contacting the mother and got the scoop to then report to the bald fuck. Y'all are out of y'all goddamn minds if you think I'm about to believe this shit. And mind you, it needs to be stated, the grandmother, because you know, everybody likes to be finicky here with, oh, I heard from this cousin, I heard from that cousin. The grandmother hasn't come out and said any of that. The grandmother had to get on social media to say, if you didn't hear it from her, it's not true. So what gimmick are y'all playing with this shit? I know the gimmick, but I just thought I'd ask just to be nice. I know the gimmick. The gimmick is I'm going to get on my knees and I'm going to get in a prayer circle. And I'm going to hold hands with the other dumb fucks online. And I'm going to say, please, God, please, Lord, let me just get a hate crime of some white kids beating this boy because it just don't make sense. It just don't line up. It just don't really coincide with what I believe. And it's that a bunch of people just jumped him. He was at a predominantly white institution. So it's clear as day that if a black person dies around white people, it was the white person's fault. That's what y'all hoping for. And you know what? I'm still in that camp with y'all. I hope it's true for y'all too. I hope you get something that leads you into the direction that white people did this. And let me tell you my logic behind that twisted shit. Because if it's not true, you motherfuckers have wasted almost a full month openly lying, spreading misinformation about a body you claim to give a fuck about, but every step of the way, you're showing you don't care. Lying about what happened to his body is proof that you don't care. Lying as if it's some great cover-up proves that you don't care. Randomly believing somebody who's spouting opinions, nothing based around facts, proves that you don't care reading from an article that spouts nothing of truth and is just a fictitious fanfic regarding race relations proves that you don't care. Ignoring an article that came out around the exact same time motherfuckers was rushing to their phones and saying, oh my God, did you hear the new update? Did you hear this new update that you don't back up with any fucking source whatsoever? Proves you don't care. So, can I just say, in the future, when you do this again, could you do me the smallest fucking favor? Just the smallest. Wait. Just wait. If you wait even just a little bit, you'll get what you're hoping for. That's not to say I don't live in a world of police cover-ups. I need to draw your attention to Kyren Lacy and how it seems like, based on the information that's come out recently, that's an innocent man that a lot of people falsely accuse of getting somebody killed. So let's not pretend we don't live in a world where cover-ups happen and people lie and they just try to use somebody as a scapegoat. Let's not do that. But what we need to start doing is pointing out a clear lie and a clear truth. And as the days go by, you motherfuckers who claim to be for the people, keep fucking lying hard because you ain't got nothing better to fucking do. Like the fuck? Like, I just lost it. Because I'm hearing a bitch spout an opinion. And this is where they're getting it from. This is where they're getting their information from. They're getting it from a bitch that's spouting an opinion. An opinion, bro? What happened? I just tuned in. Humanity. I hated the movie. Like, that's what happened. Humanity. I still hated the movie. Humanity, it still disgusts me, the movie. Like, that's what happened. Now I gotta fucking believe these motherfuckers stealing organs. For what reason? Oh, I'm just thinking about it. Fuck it, humor me. Let's keep watching.
And whatever Miss Reed feels when she is ready to speak, and she will be ready to speak soon. You got to imagine what this lady's going through.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, and she's strong. She's strong. But, you know, it doesn't matter how strong you are. She's a human being. She's a mother who's lost her child. So she speaks very clearly throughout all of this. She had to hit the ground and investigate. She had to hit the ground, and she hit the ground and started talking to the students. She hit the ground and got all the fact finding. And there were other young activists that got out there that they were able to get information out as well.
That no one's seen? That no one's seen it? Where is it? I would love to see it. Fuck. Y'all don't get how much I would want to see information around this shit. Like, y'all just don't get it. Because it would mean so much especially for a grieving fucking family.
I'm not gonna, sugarcoat anything. There was a young man by the name of Markel Bridges who's got a group that went out there. We went out there. We were able to fact find. It's not no secret. Students were able to tell us information. You know what I'm saying? Everything that we know, the so-called authorities know, but they chose to cover it up. At this point, not only is it a lynching, it is an open conspiracy to cover up a murder. And it's being done. The conspiracy is not only taking place, and it's taking place by the medical examiner, the Cleveland, Mississippi Police Department, and that sheriff department for that county, and the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation to allow this misinformation to be disseminated nationwide.
So this is how they're able to get away with murder after murder, lynch.
Him. He just eating it up. He ain't pushing back on none of this shit. Oh, so this is how they're able. Mind you, I'm combing through this shit. Nothing. I don't see a piece of nothing. A recording of just walking around after the fact is about as good as that one dumb motherfucker who went to the fucking scene of the crime of Carmelo Anthony's stabbing. Showing me a GoFundMe is really nothing. I don't trust any GoFundMes.
That absolutely makes
No, we not watching this whole thing. I'm just seeing how long I can stomach. We not watching this whole thing. It's an hour and 41 minutes. We're not watching this whole thing.
no sense. What role did Colin Kaepernick's involvement play in ensuring the truth came out?
They paid for a private autopsy. They paid for a second one. That's it.
Man, Colin Kaepernick came through.
Yeah, bro. Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, right. Shout out to my dog, Colin Kaepernick. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
Like a champ. This was very key. Had he not, an independent person, come out from not within the claws or clutches of the forces that be in Mississippi, and paid for an independent autopsy to take place, the narrative that's being run to today. I just saw an article on Monday on a national newspaper that's still trying to run, several national newspapers that have been running with the narrative of the state that it was a suicide. Even though they did have some comments about people questioning the validity of it, until there was an actual a licensed pathologist doctor to look at what took place, we wouldn't have this truth right now today. You know, we can say what we think. People can have our kind of feelings, but the facts have to come out. Now,
where are they? Because right now, this is just feeling like, where are they?
Also, I must say that the actual official autopsy report is still, how should I say, how she phrased it, a work in progress.
That means it's not done. That means this shit is not done. We eating this shit up and the shit not even done. Like, what are we doing here? What is this shit for? Who is this for? Is this for the random bitch just to feel satiated about what's going on in her life? Is that it? Is that it? Is that all?
Because there was missing information in the official report, and there was misleading information in the original report. For instance, she gave an example of they had Trey listed as being 5'6", when he's not. He's shorter than that. His weight was off.
Right. That's an understandable thing. It's not too drastic enough for me to be like, oh, what a cover up. Oh, you fucked up his age. You fucked up his height. Oh.
There were a lot of discrepancies of actual facts that were in the official report. So what the family was able to get revealed to them on yesterday was what we would call the preliminary autopsy report. So there are some things that the pathologist will be doing to when I would assume that the attorneys are going to hold some type of a press conference and release the final public standing. But we have all of the preliminary information.
Oh, so you just have horse shit. Okay, so let me just tell y'all something. I hope Ben Crump gives this lady everything she's fucking saying. I hope the public gets everything this fucking lady is saying. Because if it comes out that none of that shit is accurate, I'm gonna be pissed off. Let me tell you why. It's because these people are running around claiming that they care. And they saying, I don't knows, in my opinion this, in my opinion that. I'm sitting here to the nines.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs.
It better be fucking true. Because if it ain't, fuck these people. I appreciate the 20. I'm about to go to Iowa for my vacation Monday. Never been to Iowa. Of all the places one chooses to go, Iowa. But I'm done. We're not watching this shit. We got Hat Trick the movie over here. I was told this motherfucker is still on it. Because I think ABBA uploaded another video about this shit and grilled him, and he still can't fucking function. He still can't function knowing that he got chewed out. He got chewed out, and he can't fucking function. I would say what a sad life, But hey, it's his life, so that means it's sad. All right, dummy. Speak. Why is it not pressing? Why is it not playing? All right, let me. No, fucking sleep timer. I don't need that. Playback speed. Now I'll do it.
Plain simple, bro. He's a bitch.
Oh, wow. Already.
Abba has dropped another video on your boy titled Stevie Knight Called Us Out, Got Exposed Instead, bro. Let me preface this by saying that I already know Peeps' minds is made up about me, especially Abba and them in this echo chamber of his minions or whatnot, bro. It don't matter what I say or what I can show y'all, whatever, y'all minds is made up.
I'm about to scream. Am I drunk? Did I lose it? I don't remember him showing any fucking proof of any fucking thing. I don't remember this young buck showing proof of anything. I don't remember it. I don't remember it. I don't remember it. He didn't show any proof. He didn't show anything. What he's showing is himself being a fucking dumbass. Fuck it. Let's keep watching.
Cool. Before I even tap in to see what Abba has concocted here this time, man, let y'all know, bro. Like, you know, I fucked with Abba before. I mean, not personally. I ain't know him like that. You know, we talked to him a few times directly on Instagram and whatnot, man, but nothing like, you know, worth note. You know what I'm saying? But I had enough rapport with him to reach out to him, see if he wanted to discuss the whole Kirk situation, man. You know what I mean? I knew his perspective was opposite mine. You know what I mean? And I figured we was two commonsensical, reasonable individuals that would be able to.
The sick part is, I would believe it if you wasn't on camera in a moment where a motherfucker would want to know something and you just spout off shit and the motherfucker asks you, did you Google it? Do you have anything? And you just say, nah, you don't need that. Why would I talk? Why would I talk to you further? You a lame. You ain't got nothing. And then you get chewed out by your own audience. And you making videos. Oh, y'all don't know nothing about the black experience. Oh, y'all don't know nothing about what it was like to grow up like me. Like, what? Nigga, fuck you. This nigga grimy. This is some grimy nigga shit. Let me read. Abba still talking about me. Stevie Knight, who's still talking about Abba. Nah, homie, show the part where he looked up all your content. You taking it out of context. You're so emotional. You could even see it. What you say, wait, you said hunger isn't starvation, but then when Kirk said hungry, you said that you hear, like, well, Jesus Christ, reading. So Night Talk Stevie won't take the $50,000 challenge. That was another thing. Nigga told Steve, hey, you make all this content about black people. Spend a year making content about white people and let's see if the viewers stay. Nigga said if that shit stay the same or if you even grow, you can have $50,000. Boy, I'd have did that shit. Boy, even if I'd have lost that, I'm not losing nothing other than viewership. But bitch, if that shit work out, I got 50K in a bag? Oh shit, we about to be white content every fucking day, hinga dingas.
Participate in the debate.
I say that in like 20 minutes ago, I uploaded a video about a white teenager killing other white teenagers, so.
Make it productive and, you know, thought-provoking for those watching it, man. And I thought the interview or conversation debate went smoothly, bro. You know?
It was terrible for you. Like, it wasn't a productive conversation. It wasn't. It wasn't. Even having to go watch it in full, it wasn't. You know what it was? It was an online debate, which is regular, normal human speak for a waste of time.
I mean, I ain't have no qualms or quarrels with it at all, bro. So I was definitely surprised seeing that he dropped the video in response to the debate, you know, which highlighted me in a certain way. After watching that video, I reached out to Abba directly because I'm not with this messy shit, dog. I swear I'm not. You know what I mean, and this is good for business, regardless, dog. Regardless of how I'm perceived or how I'm looking, bro, it is good for business. He give me views or whatnot, despite where his views coming from, it's still views. And people that know me enough, rock with me, they know what type of time I'm on, dog. You know what I mean, I'm not worried about any narratives.
All right, you're not worried about anything. Let's just go. Have a debate again and come prepared. Talk about where you stand on the issues. Don't just blindly co-sign or whatever Kirk stood for. What do you stand for? Why did Knight respond to the full video Abba posted? There were certain points Abba presented that Knight didn't address. It's funny because you said you weren't going to do the back and forth thing, yet here we are. Dude, you know that sometimes you can be wrong. Like, the world isn't just I feel, and that is the objective truth. Nobody is right about everything, except for me. You know what I'm talking about? 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 The real answers to things are when everyone can admit the things they are wrong about and compromise. Society can reach some kind of congruence when the egos are dropped and people compromise with each other. It doesn't have to be this what I feel and it's all or nothing. You're letting your ego completely take over here. Ooh, I like that one. I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. Steve. I'm getting tired of calling a grown man Stevie. Steve. I've been a fan of you for the longest time, but this is a situation where you failed to be articulate enough or genuine to the facts over feelings. Your approach to the debate was stubborn and contradictory. You were not taken out of context. You failed to articulate your POV, which is standing for everything and nothing at the same time, which doesn't work for such a sensitive issue. Plus, I'd like you to be aware that this man went very easy on you during that debate. Very easy. This dude said life is hard, get over it, but he wrote a book about how he was treated in his job as a border agent. What a fraud. Who? Who did this? I don't know. Bro, where's the part where he shows proof of your bias video by video? So we leaving parts out. Facts 1, Stevie's feeling 0. Steve, I'm an American, and as a child, I dealt with starvation. Sometimes there are issues outside of our world and ideological views or beliefs. I like it. Sheesh. These some good comments here. Steve, you called Abba out his name first in your video reply. Even in his reply, he didn't swear at you or nothing. He simply matched your energy in the last reply because of what you said. Sheesh. This response is weird. The text messages only shows that Abba stands 10 toes down on what he says because what he said in those messages are what he said in the most recent video, and the most recent video is in response to you calling him fake, which is an assessment that doesn't align. If he said things in the text messages that was different from what he's been saying, then maybe LOL, but I'm listening and it's clear Abba is mincing words both in private and in public. And to a few others people's points, Abba and Preach always recap their debates, like always. What world have you been in, sir? But Steve, it was in context. I find it amazing how y'all are judging Abba for DMs, but not Steve for not caring if kids get meals. The things you people focus on. This actually makes Abba more real. The energy he had in his video is the same he gave to directly in DMs. So you're not making him look bad. Additionally, are we going to act like you didn't disrespect him first? I'm so confused. My honest take. The first video discussion you guys had, Steve came across as emotional. The concept that there is no talking to someone, Charlie's death is unprecedented, etc. I feel this came across as very emotional, and Abba came across as more of a rational person. Abba did a follow-up video where he reflects on the conversation, which is normal for his channel. His post was just reflecting on the conversation and what he thought the outcome of the conversation was. I can see how it came across as an attack. Not at all. Then Steve posted a video about Abba being fake and fixating on terminology, food insecurity versus starving. To me, that also came across as emotional or playing games with words from Steve's stance. That I can see being an attack against Abba. Abba responded, and at that point, I think it got beyond the point of having a serious discussion. After all that, I think what Abba said was also wrong. Abba feels a certain way, but up until the back and forth, I feel he had been the factual and not emotional one. You could block me or whatever, but this is my take on what I saw. Pretty good. It's pretty good take so far. It's pretty good. I just keep watching. Muscle man.
There's a manufactured narrative from Abba, dog. You don't follow me enough. You know what type of time I'm on. I ain't got shit to prove to nobody, dog. But, I still need to provide my perspective. You know what I mean? But with that, reached out to Abba after I peeped the video of him highlighting me a certain way. He didn't respond. So I dropped my response video, man, and gave my perspective. I thought his video was disingenuous. I thought it was fake, given what we discussed in our debate. And then we're here now, man. Before I dive into this, bro, just going to show y'all the numerous opportunities, numerous times I tried to holler at bro, dog. You know what I mean? Because real shit, dog, there's nothing here. Maybe it is to y'all. There's nothing here enough for me to be giving this amount of energy to, man. But Abba is swarming to it like flies on shit. It has me perplexed, bro, because it ain't, like I said before, I'm not like no popping, crazy, viral-ass YouTuber to get views off of, bro. I mean, I don't know if this is just his MO to get views or stir the pot, dog. I don't know Abba enough to give a fuck about it. I could care less about what he says or what y'all think, but, I'm not going to just let whatever he about to say slide. Watch this video, dog. But look, tried to holler at bro plenty of times, bro. I'm going to show y'all what type of individual this is, which was eye-opening to me. Thursday at 5 o'clock this, yo.
All right. Audio message, bet, yo, and then Saturday. Your own comment section is roasting you for how goofy you are, and you notice that none of the new fans you're bootlegging for are defending you. You're going to try to call me fake when you launched a video out of nowhere, calling me a liar and someone manufacturing narratives. Did I whine then about how dirty the social media world is? No. Now when I do a follow-up video, which I said I was going to do, you want to bitch online. Maybe if you had gotten those school lunches when you were a kid, you would have had the energy to learn to speak and think beyond a third grade level. Good luck with your right-wing conservative grift. We all know it's coming since you made 20 plus more videos about your daddy Kirk than you did any other shootings of innocent black people. Shee! I ain't gonna lie. He cooked him. Now look. I feel like everybody drained the swamp on that fucking Charlie Kirk assassination. I think everybody drained the swamp. You ruined the word perspective because I can't hear that word without thinking you're gonna bring up BCP. That's dumb. Why? All I did for a brief period of time was be like, oh, there's a certain it ain't my fault. It ain't my fault.
Right here, that was the yo I sent him.
But speaking of, let's take a little look at what's going on in the world of the perspectives.
The critics argue that Kyren inserted himself into the case for publicity, suggesting that his involvement was an inflammatory move that cast undue... I
ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna defend Colin Kaepernick on this, because if you are in a prominent position where you got the means to help somebody, fuck, what I'm gonna get mad at? What is there to get mad at? Come on, perspective. I don't want to hear this shit. What you got for me?
A state student that was found hanging on campus, and police and the state ruled it a suicide. Now, these black activists, for whatever reason, can't accept the results of the state's investigation, the local police's investigation, the autopsy, even though everybody involved in investigating the cause of death of Trey Reed is black, right? All of them are black, okay? And for whatever reason, the black activists say, no. They're lying. They're part of it.
Wait, that is crazy. This fucking baby just busts his ass out in front of everybody's face. That is crazy. Almost every official that fucking spoke about this shit, black. Now the fucking president of that college is white. You know what I'm talking about. Let's just skip ahead, because I don't like the fact that I see a baby just in that position in front of my face.
That was the whole purpose of this story in the first place. Now, notice how leftists have stopped talking about Melissa Hortman, right? Ain't it funny how that works? Right? A few weeks after Charlie Kirk's assassination, now all of a sudden they stopped talking about Melissa Hortman. They wanted us to talk about her. Oh no, you didn't talk about Melissa Hortman. They're not talking about her anymore because they never gave a damn about her. Same thing with Trey Reed. They don't give a damn about this guy. What they give a damn about is using his black body in order to push some type of racial narrative that, hey, we got black men being lynched in this country by white mobs, even though there's absolutely zero evidence and proof of this happening. Initially, the rumors claimed that Trey Reed had broken bones and that there was evidence that he had been beaten up and that there was a struggle. Again, the autopsy from the state found that not to be true. Those rumors were made up, right? They were made up and they spread on social media. The lies spread like they always do on social media.
Case, if you didn't have anything to do with it and you're watching it from the outside, and we're presenting to you a second autopsy that said that Trey Reed had a fractured skull.
Mind you, nobody produced. I would sit here and look like a dumb ass if this dude showed me an autopsy right now. I don't want to wait until next week, 2 weeks from now. I want it now, because you sitting there talking about it as if it's the truth. You got to show somebody that shit.
Bruises and contusions all around his body, and organs missing.
Wait. We went from broken arms and broken legs to bruises all over the body, a dent in the back of the head, and now missing organs. I don't know if that's worse or if that's better.
From the first autopsy? Come on, fam. Come on. Oh, did I mention to you that this year marks Delta State University's 100th anniversary? What other better way to commemorate the school than a good old-fashioned lynching?
Wow. Hey, we're celebrating 100 years of being a college. You know what way we should do it? Kill a nigga. Right. Yeah. You know what would help? Just kill a nigga.
In front of the pickleball court. That's the side where the whites are supposed to be on and blacks cannot be on. That's where he was found on the white side, where black people don't even go to. I just found out that Delta State is located in Cleveland, which is a sundown town. Sundown town meaning that black folks got to be out of town or be in their house by sundown. Or else, that's a free pass for them to inflict pain, to harm them. Yeah. And the only way you can have a sundown town is for law enforcement to be part of it. Law enforcement got to give you a pass. They got to be involved in it. Law enforcement has to be involved in it. The city officials have to be involved in sundown town, right? Because they make the rules, they make the laws, and they enforce the laws, right? Yeah. So they're involved. Yeah. If this is indeed a cover-up, which I highly suspect that it is, the local officials are absolutely involved.
Trey Reed's second autopsy came back, and they ass in trouble. Delta State University is in trouble. I told y'all that they were gonna lie. I told y'all they were trying to cover that shit up. Look at this shit. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Hear me out. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Y'all had to wait till that man back returned just
I love how none of these people, y'all showing a face. Let me look at this Facebook account.
Second autopsy came back, and they ass in trouble. Delta State University is in trouble. I told y'all that they were gonna lie. I told y'all they were trying to cover that shit up. Look at this shit. Blunt.
Huh. Now, mind you, nothing on this, nothing in this fucking image shows me proof of anything. All it is words on a screen and a picture of the young man who's no longer on this earth. That is not anything for me to sink my teeth into as proof. And then, why don't you show me the grandmother who's telling y'all if it didn't come from her, don't believe it? Huh? What? How do we play this silly little fucking game here? I wonder.
Force trauma to the back of the
Isn't the town mostly black? I have no idea. I do know most of the fucking officials are black. Good majority of the people who were in that press conference talking about this were black. And when I say people in press conference, I'm talking about the police officers. So, you know, it's a little hard to prove that them dirty whites are on the scene.
I've seen this one before. What am I reading? My foreskin is so cute. What the fuck?
Indeed it is, Ahsoka. Indeed it is. Hear me out. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Y'all had to wait till that man back returned just to knock him out, just to get him in the tree. I told y'all, people from Mississippi don't unalive themselves by hanging themselves. What really pissed me off that it was black men in my inbox telling me that, oh, you got like black men don't hang themselves. They don't. Where you from? Another thing, for the people that telling me to shut up and stop.
Black men don't hang themselves. Black men don't shoot themselves. Black men don't kill themselves. You, the person who is still alive, is trying to rationalize someone who is not on this earth anymore. Do you not see how fucking disastrous that is? It's terrible. And you standing behind that comfortably. You sitting comfortably with your garage door open, living large. You sick in the fucking head.
Posting the family. Me and Trey Reed mama already talked. We talked like 2 weeks ago. She had already hit me up and was thanking me. I'm not even gonna show y'all the message, but I am gonna say this. She said that she's not scared. She's not running. They doing everything in this world to break that woman.
So there's been an update on Trey Reed, the black man who was found hanging from a tree at Delta State University in Cleveland, Mississippi. Keep in mind that an autopsy was done by the county and his death was ruled a suicide. However, there was a second private autopsy done, which was paid for by Colin Kaepernick, and these are the updates we have.
Bro, I really, like, I swear, I'm just hope, like, please. Next week, 2 weeks from now, 3 months from now, I hope this I hope all this shit these people are saying is true. I really do. I really hope what the fuck they saying is true. Cause if it's not, dog, do you understand how bad this is if it's not? Like, do you not understand? Does anybody understand how bad it is if it's not true? I really hope it's true.
Now, according to reporting from the Chicago Crusader, a second autopsy reportedly shows blunt force trauma to the back of Trey Reed's head that was not reported in the first autopsy done by the county. Trey was found partially hanging from a belt that wasn't his. It was 3 sizes too big, with no marks or injuries on his neck consistent with hanging. Delta State University officials lied to his mother, initially telling her that he died in his dorm, and they also misrepresented what clothes he was wearing when he was found. The spot where Trey was discovered is well known for being one of the only areas on campus without cameras. Trey's phone was not returned to his family as evidence, yet his GPS showed it was moving. A suspicious text that read, "The buckle broke," was sent from his phone, raising questions about whether it was staged. And days before his death, Trey had reportedly gotten into an altercation with a group of white students after defending a black classmate who was attacked online for criticizing Charlie Kirk. Scream if any of this information is surprising.
Black classmate? I thought it was his sister. See, y'all killing me. Y'all killing me. Y'all fucking killing me. They did not say his fucking sister. Please. Am I drunk? Did I read something wrong? I need to find it. Am I drunk? Did I read the wrong thing? Did I misinterpret? Trey Can defending a young sister. Oh, never mind. Okay. I'm part drunk. A young sister, not his sister. Okay, I'm drunk. My bad. That's me. That one on me.
Exactly.
See, in real time, y'all see me fuck up and own it. I read that as his sister. It's nigga speak for just another black woman. Because apparently, it's something I've never got. Like, in the sexual varieties. This is like, oh, a young brother and sister in holy matrimony. It's like, that's always gonna throw me off. But that's my fuck up. That's my fault. Put the pitchforks down.
Please see how it's as quiet as a J-Lo concert in here. I said it before and I will continue to say it. Black men do not hang themselves from trees. Hope this helps. Peace and love. Talk to you later.
Wow. These people desperately want this story to be a story about a white lynch mob. And they're so desperate that they will distort truth and reality in order to make their version of reality real, even though their version of reality is not real. It's not real. And we've seen this time and time again. I can tell you guys how frustrated I was watching these same black leftists, like Willie D, lie about the Austin Metcalf, Carmelo Anthony story. This is the same clown that was spreading the lie that Carmelo Anthony was jumped by the Metcalf brothers, right? That he was spreading that same lie. No evidence whatsoever to back it up. None, zero. All of the witness statements, the footage, nothing backs up this statement that Carmelo Anthony was jumped. But this on his platform was telling lying to his audience. Well, Carmelo was jumped, right? And here, once again, the same is spreading more lies. That the conclusive autopsy hasn't been. This second autopsy found that the second autopsy report for Trey Reed has not yet been released to the public. Reed 21 was found dead early on.
We already know about this. All right, good. I want to know your reaction to this horse shit that I had to hear.
Or findings, the second autopsy revealed that the first one ignored.
Yes, the first one ignored. It said there was no lacerations, no signs of foul play. But guess what? Here it goes. This baby had blunt force trauma to the back of his head. This young man, Trey, he had not a fracture, but a sprung leg. He had bruises all over his back and on his butt cheeks, on his jawbone, on his face. At the funeral, Saturday, you can see visible lumps on the brother's face and bruising, a lump on the side of his face and bruising. So this whole notion that this is somehow suicide is straight up bullcrap. It was asphyxiation, as if he was hung after death, according to, and I don't know the actual medical terms, but what the mother said was, according to the doctor, the forensic pathologist doctor, that they were able to that did the findings with them on yesterday evening. It appears that I guess he was hung minutes after the death had already taken place, which we already figured because, as I mentioned before, most of the times with lynchings, they're used as symbology. And what his mother wanted us to know, and what we
symbology? Is that even a word?
want the world to know, why we saying ritualistic symbology, because this was the 100-year anniversary of Delta State University, that this baby was hung up in the middle of a schoolyard on a Monday morning for everyone to see, for the students to see, and for them to have the mitigated audacity
and
racist wickedness to try to say this baby did this young man did it to himself, to lie to the family, to run and tell the family, the police, the lie that he initially, they went in and told the family that he killed himself in the dorm room. Just what the police went and told his family. And then I guess they didn't have a story together, or just so sloppy, or just so arrogant, that this young man was hung in front of the pickleball court, hung from a tree for everyone to see in an area that marks what the students call the white side of the campus. That's what they said.
Man, again, these people, they will spin a narrative. Right? They will spin a narrative.
And it's like, I could believe it. It's like, I could. If any of these motherfuckers show these motherfuckers are just talking, they're not showing me shit. They want me to trust this shit 100%, and I just can't. I've been burned by society before. I just can't trust it. I just can't fucking trust it.
They don't care about the truth, right? They care about race hustling, spreading lies, falsehoods. Again, I'm trying to figure out how do all these people know? Now, this woman claims that she talked to the mother. Now, I'm trying to figure out why would the mother have this woman make that announcement, especially considering how their lawyer, Ben Crump.
Thank you! Why would you talk to this person? Like, let's think about this. A mother talks to a random fucking stranger who claims to be like one of these people that, activist group this, activist group that, yada, 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 yada. And then this fucking lady goes and just starts broadcasting all this shit that she didn't heard. If I'm the mother, I'm sitting here like, oh my God, why did I tell this bitch this shit? That's if I'm to fucking believe she even talked to the mother.
Basically saying that, hey, we don't have results yet. So again, I'm not entirely sure why the mother would tell this woman what results are of the second autopsy. If the autopsy is not done and they have not come to any conclusions yet about what happened, why would she have somebody else go out and announce something like this? I mean, she could have just came out and said, hey, this is what it found, right? But again, that's not what's happening. What you have is all these people claiming that they know more than what they actually probably know because they're so desperate to make this story a white lynch mob story, right? Now, again, the sad part about this is that even if Trey Reed was actually murdered, it is likely that he was murdered by other black people, right, or a black person. And
what is this? Ah, see, you was cooking with me. Now get the fuck away from the grill. Like what? What? See? See? I alone am the honored one. I am the only one who's right. What is this horse shit? How we went from, oh, these motherfuckers wanted to be white people. Well, he could have been black people. It's like, what the fuck?
About this is that even if Trey Reed was actually murdered, it is likely that he was murdered by other black people, right, or a black person. And if that was the case, then none of these people would actually care. They only care because they think that somehow this is done by white lynch mob to send some type of racial message, even though there's zero evidence of that, zero evidence whatsoever.
Why the fuck would you play into it? It might have been black people. Why? For what? That don't make it better.
Okay, zero evidence. But again, this is what they believe, and it doesn't matter the truth, the facts, the evidence. They're gonna believe this no matter what. It doesn't matter, and that's the sad part about it. The autopsy is not even out yet. These people claim that they know the result. It's not even out. So, it's just, it's really sad, the current state of the country we live in where, you have stories like this that are being used to put...
What do you mean the current state? Motherfucker, this has been this country for the longest time. Been this country since before I was born. All right, enough of this. Back to this.
After I beat this video, all right, got no response. Following day, I posted my response video to his, and then he hits me up Saturday. You're wrong.
I already read this. Fuck you.
When I read that, it surprised me because I didn't think that Abba was the ops. He's labeling me a bootlicker and saying that I am doing a right-wing grift because of my daddy Kirk, dog. That's a problem, man. It couldn't be the furthest from the truth. First of all, this is definitely not my first time providing, I guess, more conservative talking points on my videos on my Night Talk channel. Where you've been rocking me long enough, you know that's the fucking case. It couldn't be that I just felt for a man who was assassinated for speaking truth. It always has to do with color. We got to put color on everything, bro. This is surprising. I didn't know Abba was like this, bro. I did not know Abba was like this. And had I known Abba was like this, I wouldn't have even had that conversation with him, bro, because he's one of the main people I be describing when I say there's no talking to them. There's no talking to someone like this who's going to assume that since I'm black, the only reason why I am covering Kirk is because he's white and I'm going to get white views from it. If I pulled up how many followers I have lost in general because of my take on Kirk, it wouldn't make any sense, bro. I'd be working against myself. You know what I mean? Like, me covering Kirk has served to my detriment financially, bro, but I stand on what I stand on. It don't matter if Kirk was maroon, purple, blue, whatever the fuck, bro. Is an individual out here using his right to free speech. An individual was so bothered by it that they took his life. But since I'm black, I have to be selling out. The whole fucking problem, dog. And as far as him saying you're gonna try to call me fake when you launch a video out of nowhere, calling me a liar and some...
I already read this shit. Give me your fucking milquetoast ass fucking opinions, nigga. Wow, this nigga just reading through fucking DMs. This nigga a girl. I don't want to sit through this shit. Well, class, I'm done. Goodbye.